What's really going on in Bitcoin cryptocurrency today? Going to be taking a look at ADA against USDT. Going to be looking at some of these key technical aspects of price action moving forward. Going to be looking for some of the pivotal areas of support and resistance I believe we're going to be interacting with in the very near future here. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Do you trade? Do you hold? Or do you let the price action unfold? What are you doing with your bag? If you have one, are you bullish on price action? You've been, holding through all this downside, buying the dips, accumulating in the lows. Are you bullish? You think there's, more highs ahead? We're going to plow through all those overhead resistance, get back to the multi-dollar range that we came from in the not so distant past, or bearish on price action? Do you believe support has yet to be found? You've been selling at all these, swing highs. I think there's tons of downside. We're going to plow through all the potential support, head straight to zero. Let me know your thoughts on the direction of Cardano down in the comment section below. Now, jumping right into it, to kind of recap price action that has been in this very critical and pivotal range of what I would call sideways ever since we got kind of above $1 here. We've seen significant resistance around $1.50. We have examples of price action trading above $1.50 all the way up to kind of like $2 and so almost $2.46 there. We have price action above the $1.50 resistance for just over a month, a good 41 days, but ultimately kind of like falling back into this dreaded range of sideways. We have potential support down here near 94 cents, just below $1, which does seem to be the psychological round level that we've been bouncing off and holding for kind of these past kind of few months here. Now Cardano has remained very bullish throughout Bitcoin's kind of like ridiculous downside and consolidation kind of downward over the last kind of couple months. Cardano has maintained against the fluctuations of Bitcoin, even gaining against Bitcoin, suggesting that no, there's a very high demand for Cardano still, and it definitely wants to be bullish. We have tons of very bullish bounces off of this sort of $1 psychological level, and Cardano is definitely looking like it wants to see some upside in the coming kind of near future here. But a new perspective comes into play now when we consider EngineeringRobo, along with the Fibba, Lamborghini, lines of Bugattis, Illuminatis, Bikinis, Martinis, and Linguinis. We can see price action supported by the buy for, which has returned only 27th of July of this year. We've been plagued by the sell for since the dreaded 19th of May. That abrupt change in momentum still wasn't even enough to phase Cardano and its ever so bullish price action here. It's been holding very nicely against all this sell pressure in downside, even though we've been consolidating toward kind of lows. We've been bouncing on off a very bullish kind of key level that does suggest some perhaps longer term upside for Cardano in the kind of coming near future here. Price action continuing to consolidate above and find support along the 0.5 Fibonacci level. $1.24 is going to be a very key level moving forward, and if we could hold in the short term, that does suggest kind of like more upside. Cardano has been looking very bullish, even though it's been looking very bullish during all this downward consolidation. It finally is looking like it perhaps has recovered and could have the momentum to find its way above $1.50 again. We'll have to watch out for the 0.618 Fibonacci line at $1.53, suggesting very significant resistance kind of as soon as we get up to those kind of levels there. Price action, like I've been saying, has been looking very bullish. We even have a bounce off of the 200 daily moving average support above a key Fibonacci level, approaching resistance at the moment. So we will have to see if we can kind of find our way above this crucial $1.47 is going to be the kind of key technical level that we've had several rejections off of that has sent us plummeting toward $1 kind of every time. A rejection off of $1.50, so we fail to hold this. We see the sell pressure around the 0.618 that could very well slap us all the way back down toward $1 again, as that $1.47 line has the tendency of doing that. Say we fail to hold that psychological $1 level, we do have very significant support near 94 and 95 cents, correlating with my support lines, and this is 0.382 Fibonacci level. So we definitely have some wiggle room here to still be considered sideways at the moment. Cardano is still looking very, very bullish in my opinion. There's been very high demand for Cardano all throughout these kind of past few months, all during Bitcoin's downside. Cardano has been kind of very bullish, and the demand for Cardano does not seem to be kind of fading away. And with this kind of buy for coming into play, we can get perhaps far more short-term bullish on Cardano with the kind of current factors in mind right now. Heading toward resistance, can we find our way above $1.47 and solidify that as support? Lots going on for Cardano against USDT, but if we swap to Cardano against Bitcoin, what do we have here? We have price action bouncing off of support bouncing off of my support line near 30.95 Satoshi, a key level that we seem to have recovered from. We've even found ourselves back above the 0.618 Fibonacci level at 32.71 Satoshi. Price action at the moment interacting with this minor resistance after a very bullish pump. The August 3rd, 2021 candle has been bullish enough to close with the buy for against the price of Bitcoin, which we've had that sell for since the dreaded 19th of May there. That buy for returning against Bitcoin definitely does suggest some very high buy pressure for Cardano, and it definitely does want to be bullish. We've even been well above this 200 daily moving average for quite some time. We haven't even come down to kind of retest it as support since we found our way back above it in the throughout January of this year. Now, Cardano, looking like it wants to recover. We have these very bullish, signs of short-term upside. In my opinion, I'm always looking for a pullback. I'm always looking for support. While it does seem like support, has the potential to be found near kind of 30.93 Satoshi and above that 0.618. I would like to kind of see further confirmation of those levels as support, as I still have a bearish target of this 200 daily moving average as potential support in Cardano's sort of life against Bitcoin here in the very near future. I'm always looking for support. I'm always looking for pullbacks. A very bullish level of support will be the 0.618 line. Say a retracement brings us down to it. Holding that level would be very bullish for Cardano against Bitcoin, especially if we can drag up this 200 daily moving average and interact with it along this support level. That would be very, very, very bullish in my opinion. So there isn't really much signs of sell pressure present for Cardano, other than the overall sort of like technical FUD-filled sell pressure that Bitcoin is experiencing. Cardano definitely wants to be bullish. There's a very high demand for Cardano, and we definitely might have found a bottom. We have lots of signs that Cardano wants to be bullish against Bitcoin, whether that means gain against Bitcoin or hold against Bitcoin's downside. Cardano wants to go up. Now, that's Cardano against Bitcoin. But if we switch to Bitcoin against USDT, what do we have here? Price action interacting with resistance. We have had this very bullish recovery of all that multi-month downside and consolidation toward these kind of key levels of support near sort of like the low 30Ks here, high 20Ks, dipped into the 20Ks ever so briefly. I was suggesting, we could very well interact with, 27K near that 0.382 Fibonacci level. But Bitcoin had to show me slapped me right out of my pants for being even a little bit bearish on Bitcoin. We bounced out of the 20Ks very quickly, and we have recovered, very vertically over the last kind of couple weeks. Currently interacting with that very significant sell pressure that I have been suggesting was waiting for us, kind of all along this consolidation. Price action could very well get slapped all the way down to my kind of full retracement target here of the 0.5 Fibonacci line. $34,000 per Bitcoin does seem like a nice level of support that would be very bullish and would further support the possibility of a bottom for Bitcoin at the moment. Price action, even during all this technical needed downside and sell pressure, falling below this 200 daily moving average. We had all these reasons to be, more bearish on Bitcoin. Smart money's been accumulating. The overall demand for Bitcoin has sort of never left. It's only been kind of more bullish than ever, in my opinion. And pullbacks like these and consolidation like this is very healthy for the uptrend in the long term. We've had a very vertical and bullish run up to the levels that we are currently at. So perhaps some much needed downside is pending. And so, in my opinion, we are still in that downside. Technically, overall, we are still sideways. I do believe once support has been found along $41,500 per Bitcoin, whether that means, we come all the way up to like 50, say the 0.786 line, $51,700, and then we come all the way back down to 41,000, then would I be certain that this is a bottom for Bitcoin, and we are likely to have some upside in the coming months. Currently, like I said, we are still sideways. Significant resistance at the 0.618 line could send us plummeting toward potential support at the 0.5 fettuccine line. That is the lowest this retracement will go, in my opinion. Say we fail to hold that level, that will change. It will require a change of analysis, and perhaps a new perspective might come into play. This bottom wants to get bought up very quickly. It could be bought up at any point in time here. It is very bullish still, but like I suggest, my full retracement target is going to be the 34K level. So lots going on for Bitcoin at the moment. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Try EngineeringRobo free with the link in the description. Subscribe here on YouTube. Check out all the other social media down below. Let me know in the comment section, are you bullish? Are you bearish? Do you trade? Do you hold? What are you doing with your bag? If you have one, have you been bullish this whole time, buying the dips, accumulating in the lows? Do you think there's all-time highs and 6 figures ahead? Or are you still bearish on Bitcoin? You think this is just a bull trap, a fake out upward? Is there more downside? Or are we going to plow through all these key levels of support, head straight to zero? Let me know your thoughts on the direction of Bitcoin down in the comments section below. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in for the next one.